The generator can be started here or here right on the generator. In case you ever need to know, this is where you add the steering fluid. For air conditioning to work, whether you're attached to shore power or have the generator running, this switch has to be on and this switch has to be on. Then the controls on the generator will work, or on the air conditioning unit itself will work. Propane is very simple. For simple access, you can turn on here. You can see that this tank is selected by this control. So when you arrive, you can open this tank. I've already opened it. And if you want to see on the gauge, you'll have to see here how much pressure is showing. If you want to see which control itself, the secondary control is on, you can see where controls are running here. Say if you're wondering why the grill isn't working, if the grill is off, then you'll know. Basically, when you run out of fuel on this one, you flip it over to this one. Now, if this tank runs out on your duty and you're now using this one, it's your job to refill the empty one so that when others arrive and they're running on this one, they know I set on this one, we're going to run that one till it's empty, we're going to run that one till it's empty, and if one goes out, we switch to the other knowing that somebody else has refilled that tank. This is our potable water storage on the boat. Each person, when they arrive, should refill it, knowing that it's been drained and cleaned. We're going to adjust this so that it's easy to drain. We're going to add another service line on here, which you might see later when you watch this video. Another way to do it is just grab the hose from the shore, fill this up, let it overflow. It will run down the sides here and drip off. You know, it'll rain on other people, but it will act as a flush to get new water in there. It's good enough for now. Hopefully we can drain it soon. If you choose to flush this way, it does just overflow, run down, and drip off the edge. When you attach the shore power, you'll be able to twist on and secure this. When you remove shore power, be sure this doesn't dangle into the water. Take this cord, lay it on the ground next to shore power, or next to the dock, so that it doesn't actually drape into the water. When you arrive, the people before you should have left at the end of their trip these things, these controls, according to this diagram. And if that's been done, then the fridge should work. The temperature, you can see right here, it says 1 is cold, 9 is coldest. So you can change the temperature. We're finding that 9 is going to keep it cold. So that should be already cold. If not, you may have to adjust these. It might have turned off. You may have to turn it back on. For freezer power, the power cord comes through the wall and plugs in to this power strip. And if that's plugged in, the freezer should be cold. That's how we want to leave it all the time. There are 2 fuel tanks on the boat. One for one outboard and the generator, and the other for the other outboard. Both must be refilled when you're done with your trip. There's also a waste clean out. The devices that are used for that are under the sink. That's the device that screws on and attaches to the clean out at the dump station, or you can pay Aramark to come do it for you. Note that the only toilet paper that should be used is RV and marine. That is the right toilet paper. This is the right toilet paper, made for RVs and boats. Rapid dissolving. This is also correct. Perfect for RV, marine, and portable toilets. It happens to say septic tank safe. A septic tank is different than an RV marine system. This Kirkland brand says septic safe. That doesn't matter in our case. A septic system is a residential system. We want RV and marine. This should not be used in our toilets on the houseboat. It will clog the system when you're pumping. If you haven't used these toilets, unfortunately this was not cleaned well. Very simple. You add water to the tank. You can hear the pump going by lifting up on that lever. Then you can drop your load and step on it, and it will flush. If you want to decrease the smell in the toilet, you can use something like this. This is the preferred toss-in. You can see these are packets. If you do use the liquid, be sure when you put the liquid in that it doesn't hit the bowl at all. You'll open the tank and pour the liquid directly into the hole without touching the sides. The problem is the seal. There's a gasket seal around that ball valve that will harden and be ineffective if it touches the tank treatment that's a liquid kind. Remember, if you are using the Sea Ark while it stays in the slip, you'll want to make sure you don't use the toilet or any of the sinks or the shower when you're on the boat, or feel free to use them as much as you want. And then be sure to if you're using it in the slip and you don't want to drive over to the pump out and pump for yourself for free, you'll have to pay Aramark to come and remove the black waste from that tank we discussed earlier, so that the next person has an empty black water tank for their trip. If you choose to use the grill while you're on the Sea Ark, be sure you clean it when you're done. Wipe things down, get a cleaner that's on the boat that you brought, or it's simple cleaners are fine. And with this mounted, you can't remove the tray that catches all of the debris down below, but you can access it. It's a little bit more difficult, but you can access it by removing things and cleaning out that way. So that's the best way to clean it. Don't leave it a mess for the next person. Make sure you clean it. Anchors are easily stored up here. That is a lost and found. If you find something on the boat that's taking up space that others left, just throw it on there. The key is on by the helm. This storage unit is used for small ropes and life vests in case of an emergency. There's also some empty sandbags in there if necessary. There's a few. 2 of these on the boat. and a ramp stored on the side with some tools to dig your holes for anchors. Many Sea Ark owners choose to use these vinyl covered mattresses up on the top deck to sleep under the stars. If this is the case, one suggestion is very important. To avoid damage and tears like this, please use multiple people and use caution to take these upstairs so that we can protect our investment on these items. To replace a small mattress is $500–600. Just a reminder, every time you're at the slip, you need to make sure you raise the motor out of the water, and this is how you do it. Just raise this cover up, reach down on both of the outboard engines, push a button, hold it until it stops. And the reason is, you can see all that forms on this. Quagga mussels actually can get in there and clog the impeller. Very expensive. Thanks.